right, welcome back. Having a lot of fun here. I'm joined by Tom, Owen, and Sherri Pawson, both archivists with the University of Louisville Special Collections and Archives. And they are coming out with a new book today. It's called The University of Louisville Belknap Campus. A great book kind of showing the history and how the campus came to be. So tell me more about it.
Oh boy, where do you want to start? How about 1850? It was a cemetery where a farm used to be, and then it was a city-owned orphanage and reform school. And Juliana, we still use 8 buildings from that old city-owned reform school and orphanage.
From hundreds of years ago.
1860. The earliest building we still use is 1872.
Wow, and what made you both want to write and put all this history together?
Because it's such a great story of the campus, of the life of the students. It's just nostalgic. It's wonderful.
It's hangouts, and it's student activities, and it's a little bit of sports, and it's all of those things. We pick up the story formally when U of L occupied that old reform school campus in 1925, but then we move quickly to the 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s.
So would you say, is it more kind of like tidbits and behind the scenes of U of L and its growth, would you say?
Yes.
And expand. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mostly told through pictures with captions, but yes, it tells the full story of both the student life and the expansion of the programs.
And because of your line of work for both of you, this is a big part of how you were able to put it together.
Photographs, documents, all of those things we have been holding in our hands collectively for 70 years.
Yes.
So a lot of history put together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because talk about the University of Louisville Archives and Special Collections. It has a lot of information. It does.
2 million historical photographs, the memory of the University of Louisville, and a partial memory of individual life as well as institutional life, politicians, those documents that, think about it, Juliana, that came out of file cabinets from 1910, 1920, all the way up into the 1990s.
And for someone who maybe they're like, I didn't go to U of L, I don't really want to know, how would you convince them to pick up this book?
If you've lived in Louisville, grown up in Louisville, you're going to see things in this book that are going to excite you, and you're going to say, oh, I remember that. And it's just going to feel good.
Somebody from the 1960s is going to remember Ship Street as the northern dividing boundary between the campus and a neighborhood that we have now grown to totally encompass.
I see. And so where can we get this book?
Bookstores, online,
anywhere.
Amazon.
It's out now.
Everywhere.
Out today.
Everywhere.
It's around.
Awesome.
And it's a fascinating read because it's an easy read. We've written captions, a paragraph long, but they accompany the photographs in the book.
But you're saying just do a quick little skim through it. So it is mostly photos. So you're not reading a whole comprehensive encyclopedia.
Right.
Well,
exactly not. Right.
Sherri just had an image of the Bantam football team. For you see, until 1951, Belknap campus was for whites only. But there was a separate branch of the University of Louisville called Louisville Municipal College. And from 1931 to 1951. Tell them about the Bantam team.
It's our first bowl team. In 1947, we went to the Vulcan Bowl. Fortunately, we lost, but it's our first bowl.
But it's still the first one. Well,
first one.
Sherri, Tom, thank you so much for joining
indeed.
us. I hope lots of people go ahead and go out and buy this book, University of Louisville, Belknap Campus.